Well, Virginia already promises to play a big role in the general election. Both of the Commonwealth's senators, Tim Kaine and Mark Warner, have endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as the nominee. But the decision of who will be the Democrats' presidential nominee lies with the Democratic National Committee delegates.
Right, and there are thousands of them, including hundreds from Virginia. Our Matt Gregory has been talking with Virginia Democratic delegates all day. All right, so Matt, the Maryland delegation, they're in lockstep, unanimity behind VP Harris. What's the flavor for the next steps and the sense that you're getting from Virginia delegates?
I mean, cross the Potomac, Adam, it's a different story, right? To borrow an old phrase, this is all a bit of uncharted territory, but I've been told that the Virginia delegates are beginning to rally around the idea. And originally, those Democratic delegates had been locked in for Joe Biden, right? Up until yesterday. Now the endorsements roll in for Vice President Harris, but the delegation has not come out with a statement yet, like Maryland has, on where their votes will go. Now, we talked with State Senator Scott Survell. He is a DNC pledged delegate. Now, remember, VP Harris needs 1,976 delegates to sew up the nomination. Now, Survell says he and many of the Virginia Democrats endorsed and will cast their votes for Harris at the convention. He pointed out several state General Assembly caucuses have already endorsed her, and he expects to see more lockdown delegates in the coming days.
You're going to start to see big chunks of the Virginia delegation to the National Convention announcing their support for her. And I think at the end, she's very likely to be nominated. I know we're having a conference call tonight to discuss it. I can tell you that I was one of Vice President Harris's presidential campaign co-chairs in 2020, and myself and our other co-chairs are leading an effort to try to consolidate support for her within the Virginia delegation.
And I just got this right now as we're standing here. 89 of the Virginia delegates, according to Survell, have pledged support to Vice President Harris. They're still trying to get all of 119 or so. It's not just the presidential nomination that's in uncharted territory, by the way. The running mate pick tags along with it. We talked with former VP candidate for Hillary Clinton, Senator Tim Kaine, and he says the delegates also have to give her the thumbs up for her running mate.
Normally it takes about 2 months. I've been through the vice presidential vetting process twice, and it normally takes about 2 months. We don't have 2 months. It has to happen a lot faster. Is there a move to do something quicker, so maybe you could get someone on the campaign trail before the Democratic convention starts on August 19 in Chicago?
So, listen, that might sound obvious, right? But do remember that former President Donald Trump picked his running mate, J.D. Vance, just the Monday before as they were getting into the convention. Democrats, Kaine says, don't have that luxury. And today, the DNC also met to discuss the rules going forward for the convention, which means how they will select the nominee. Listen, this is going to get interesting. Stick with us. We're going to be following it very closely. Back to you.
I mean, time is of the essence, as you've highlighted. But look, with 89 out of 119 delegates, I mean, they've got it pretty locked in at this point. I know you'll continue to follow it for us, Matt. Thank you.